Greetings. Man, I'm live. Uh-oh. Okay, greetings, everyone. Gotta get it together. It's my my first live. Jesus. Yeah, this your boy Doc Holiday from the Juice Crew, Flint, Michigan. My boy's kind of squeaky today. I'm in my lab today, in my office today. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and show you present my book. This book is from the Juice Crew to the Cell Experience by Robert E. Doc Holiday. My voice ain't doing his best today, but I wanted to share this manuscript with y'all today. It's about the life and story of me living in Flint, Michigan. And this is for educational purpose to share what I went through in my life, living in the street lifestyle in the city of Michigan. And it talks about, I say in my book, there were good years, it may seem so, but they were. Oh, the drinking and smoking may not have been right, but it felt right. And then, fellowship with these people made it feel right. They loved me and helped me when I needed it, whether good or bad. After at 14 years old, got some on my camera. There it is. At 14 years old, I wanted a family. Some brothers I didn't have on Gillespie, a street I grew up on in Flint, Michigan. So I joined these guys as a group, as a gang. My name is Robert E. Holiday. I speak from my heart to the hearts of everybody about my years on the street of Flint, Michigan, to the cell, to my life changing transformation. And I have some parts and some pictures inside of it as well. I'm trying to get my camera right because I got there we go. I got the light on it and the sun. Let me see. Now you go shut it. Yep. My background got sun on it, so trying to keep it right in the center. Trying to be centered. Okay. So I'll read part of this book. Okay. Introduction to this book is made to my life story. Said my father died when I was 7 in a deer hunting accident. At such a young age, I did not know what to do or who to be. I was lost. I was a lost young man. I became angry, and this led me to the streets. See, I'm 55 at the time of this reading right here, and I was 12 and 14 at the time. I was 7 years old when my father passed. I lost my. I became angry, and this led me to the streets. I did not have any close brothers or other male figures in my home at the time. I sought out young boys who were in the same predicament with no fathers, no strong male companionship. The problem with the streets and these other boys is it led me into inappropriate behaviors and some criminal activity. For example, packing guns, smoking cigarettes, beer drinking, weed, girls, stealing, sex, and illegal drug selling. This all happened in Flint, Michigan, on what we call the North Side or the Nutty North right now. The areas where Moore, Van Wagner, Gillespie, Pasadena, Alexander, Wesley, Damon Street, and Detroit Streets. It's called ML King today. I grew up and went to school. The Dewey Dragon on Damon Street was the elementary. The streets we claim as ours. I was from so and so hood. You feel me? From your hood to my hood. From your block to my block. I know the reason for me going this way was because my father passed away, leaving me alone as a young man. I needed him. Eventually, I was incarcerated, and this concerned me when I was incarcerated. And this part is not the part where it's supposed to be. He didn't leave me out. He didn't leave me going through what I had to go through without a father. No, I'm not blaming my father for how I went wrong. Not at all. He didn't leave me on purpose, but I had to live without him. It started in my spirit when I heard and read about the killings of these young men from the years of 2000 and through 2010. It touched my heart so much that I promised myself when I was released from prison, I would write a book. I would go where they was and I would speak with the young boys. I wanted to let them know how deeply I didn't want them to end up where I had to go. I wanted them to grow up and become a man, a real man. I didn't want them to have to do it alone. So I write this book to you and for you, young men, all around the world. I am sharing a piece of my life as a youth, as when I was young, in hopes that it will help you through, you all through, and I'm here to be a positive father figure or a man in your life that you have missed. I that I didn't have in my life. I know what it is, what you all been through, so let us come together. In chapter one, my life is speaking about when I was born in 1970 as Robert Emmanuel Holiday in the city of Flint, Michigan. My father's name was Robert Spencer Robinson, rest his soul, and my mother was Pearl Lee Morgan Holiday. She was a Cherokee native. I was born in the family of 11 siblings. I was born in a house on the street called Alabama. The people of Flint called this the St. John area before it was bought out to expand General Motors and to build a highway. My dad had no one to watch over us when he had to go to work. I was just a baby then, maybe 1 or 2 years old. My real mom used to watch us when dad went to work, but along the way, she began to be a heavy drinker. This when I was 2 years old. So I'm starting at this story when I was very young. When she started drinking, she started leaving us in the house, locking the doors and leaving us in the house by ourselves, me and my sister. Me and Katie at age of 2 and 4. I remember this because we used to peek out the window from time to time to see if we could see anyone. We also used to make our own food like ketchup bread, mayonnaise on bread, sugar on bread, and mustard on bread. So this is the beginning of what I want to do in my live stream. I want to share this book with my people. I just want to be introduced today to say this is what the truth in life about Robert E. Doc Holiday is about. Trying to make 10 to 15 minutes to introduce myself to Facebook. I mean to YouTube. Let me correct that. To YouTube Studio. My apologies. I'm used to being on Facebook. To YouTube Studio as a as I use this to build my ministry and share what God had put on my heart to share with the world at this time. I am very appreciative to be have this opportunity to share my life story, and at this moment my voice is not as good. But I wanted to come on today to share and to practice to share um, what's going on and to share with y'all. As I say, I wanted to try to do 10 minutes or 15 minutes. To say at this moment, I am being encouraged I'm 55 and be 56 in April, my birthday coming up, so I'm aging now, but I wanted to share, to be share a part of the community, to make a change as I share my autobiography story to the world. I wanted to be a part of a change in the world. Oh my God. Get back home. And say that life is by choices. And life is about choices. Some of the choices that you make, some of the predicament that you end up in is from the choices that you make in life. So what I had to do, I lived a fast life, a street lifestyle in the inner cities of Michigan that ended me up into criminal activities during my life, and I had to go into incarceration, penal system for a length of time, and while I was in and while I was inside, away in the penitentiary system, I awoke into, man, I gotta change. This is not what I really wanted to do, and so I had to make an about face, like I do a 160 degree about change, and think about, is this healthy? What I'm doing, is it healthy? Is it prosperous? Is it dangerous, or is it detrimental to me and to my future? And I was a father at the time, and had children, and I wasn't doing right, and I wasn't making the right choices. I wasn't living, I wasn't living properly. I wasn't living according to abide by laws, rules of the laws, policies of the laws, and none of that. I was just like a villain, running with a group of guys that was villains too, doing the same about things, and that we had no guidance, no proper guidance, no positive guidance at the time in inner cities where I came from. Single mothers raised us the best that they could. We we went to school and learned as much as we was attentive to before we was clowning and acting out. Before we got distracted with the cares of with the other things in life that distract you, the street, the partying, the drinking, the side distractions. Um, I was an athlete at the time. I ran track and field, and then I also was entering into boxing at 12 years old. I was at a place of institutes called Burston Field House, and I went down to Burston Field House to train to become a boxer. I was fast, and I was quick, and I was small and fast. And so I was thinking that the body built that I had, by my quickness and my body frame, could make me a potential professional or semi local boxer at the time. I can use my quickness and my frame and my speed to become a sufficient boxer at the time. And also running. I used to run. I played football. I like basketball a little bit, but not much. But I played football as a tight end, wide receiver. We played on the fields or in the backyard in the neighborhood, and we back in the 80s and 90s, we had 70s and 80s, we had this this neighborhood village type, and we was children that just wanted to have fun. We came together in our neighborhood and we visit each other in our neighborhood, and we just enjoyed being children at that time in the 70s, and we enjoyed camaraderie, we enjoyed coming together, we enjoyed being around each other, having fun, laughing. And through life, we wasn't into negative, we weren't into the computers and games and cell phones like they have today. We didn't have all that distraction. We was young, right? We rode our big wheels, our green machines, our bicycles. We played kickball, which kickball is not a thing of right now. We played kickball, um, tag, football. We had canoe back then. We ran track in the field. In the elementary and junior high, we had the canoe going on. And so at my younger years, I only got up into, when I got into 14, 15 years old, after my father, my real mother passed away, my attitude changed and my emotions changed. See, when you take a loss of a parent as a child, you never know what effect it might have. It might have an emotional effect on them, a mental effect, but it'll have an effect on the child where he or she may rebel. They will start rebellion. They will have hate. They will be angry, rebellious, and hateful because of the trauma of a loss, the detrimental loss that happened in their life, the hurt of losing parents at 7 and 14 was detrimental. I didn't really have the siblings. Some came, my older sister and other sisters came, but we and my sisters were devastated by the loss. So she rebelled into uh, run away from home. She got into the foster system. And I stayed with a single mom, and then I started running away into the streets, staying out late, not wanting to come home, not wanting to go to school, not focused in school. I became a class clown. They call it acting out. I acted out in school and rebellious and started doing silly stuff and not doing my work. I was a B+ student and I became distracted. I never had skipped. I never had missed school up until my real mother passed away. And after that, um, I went to a skip party on this house party and left school and went over there and we drunk and danced and listened to the radio and whatnot. And that was my first experience with leaving school and going to what we call a skip party. And then that started the domino effect of me a couple weeks later leaving school. And then I got into junior high and joined a group of guys, and because I wanted to feel love, I wanted to feel love, I wanted to be accepted, and I didn't have it in my house. I was the only one in the house with a single mother. Stepmom, she was doing the best she could, but I just wasn't feeling that. I was feeling angry, and I just went in rebel. I was in rebellious mode, and then I left the house and went away to some friend's house where they had a mom. She wasn't that strict. She let us all come over and parlay in the room. She went to work. We was on the back porch, and we was trying to figure out what we was gonna do next. When we wasn't in school, and we walked up and down the neighborhood. We played a little basketball, a team basketball in the neighborhood, 5-on-5, 6, whatever. And then we played a little football with the other blocks. And then we went to we started going to the valley to the shopping malls. We call shopping malls. And we started buying starters jackets and Nikes. I think we had Pumas back then. other kind of shoes, Adidas. We started a dress code after getting out of elementary in the sixth grade. I repeated a couple grades in elementary because the loss of my parents affected me from focusing on work. So I repeated a couple grades in school. And what happened was, um, I finally went off to junior high, and my sister had finally ran away from the last time, and she didn't live with me anymore. I was there by myself with the stepmother that was raising me in the neighborhood, and so I joined with these other young boys that didn't have a father active in their life. One of them had a father active in his life, the other ones didn't, and we used to just hang around and around the neighborhood. And so what happened in the 78, 79, we no, the 80s, early 80s, they had started opening up a school. Yeah, the early 80s, after the 68, 65, 68. When you segregation, I was in segregation. And ML King had passed away, he was murdered. And that was during the time that 68, I was born in 70, so after the 70s, early 80s, we integrated Caucasian white schools, uh, institutes of learning, and we had to get on bus. We had to be bused to go way over here on the other side of town to get to the junior high school. And we got on the bus, all of us from the African American neighborhood, inner city, urban neighborhood, got on these buses to integrate the schools in Michigan. And we got into school and we saw um, we was joined with other Caucasian white children, and we was integrated inside there to get along with them. At times, as I sit here now, I guess I wasn't. I can't remember if I was. I remember being bused, but I didn't. I didn't. I wasn't reading about ML King and the civil rights movement and all that back then. I just knew that we had to load on the bus to get over here to a junior high school, and then um, somehow the effects of dad being murdered by a white man as he deer hunted, got shot in the head, and he wasn't with me in my life no more. So by him losing, by me losing and him being removed from me, and then me hearing about the tragic death that he died, caused me as a young black boy in inner city, urban city, to dislike the white race for a time because of what happened with my father and also my mother was a Native American, was Native American full Cherokee, and so that effect being affected by both of them passing away of my life caused me to behave in a hateful, I'll say, a hateful way toward a group of people that I believe caused pain to me and my siblings because of my father being removed from my life. And as I entered that school, as I went attended that school, as I attended that school, my my closeness with them with the white group of children, the other race of children was not pleasant. And that's because I didn't understand what I understand today. And that was just because of the pain and the anger and not being educated, not being set down by a person in my family to say that this is what is and this is what hey, this is how you should behave, this is how you should feel, and this is how you shouldn't. I mean, you can feel like that because you got emotions, and emotions are cause and effect because of your situation and because of how you looked at it and viewed it. Then this is how you react. But other than that, if someone came along and sat beside me and say, "This is why you feeling like you feeling," or can you share? Because nobody sat down with me and say, "How are you feeling, young boy?" Nobody said, "How you feeling?" Can you explain to me how you feeling at this moment? It wasn't no one there to guide me through that pain. It wasn't nobody there to guide me through that loss. And so I sat in my emotion, in my feelings, and then I used it. I vented. I didn't know how to vent with words. I didn't know how to express it other than anger. So I became physical with the other children that I've held cause pain to my family that wasn't of my race, that wasn't of my color. And I believe, I know personally, if I had someone to sit down with me as I was feeling that way and in that pain, I would possibly not reacted the way that I did during that time of my hurt and my pain. So for young people right now that has lost a parent or a loved one at that time, or allow someone to, or be open for someone to come to you and sit with you and share your emotions, share your anger, share your pain, share your hurt with the individual. May it be a adolescent or your siblings, or may it be an adult that you are close with, that you love. Open up and express your pain, your emotion, your what the thoughts you having at that time. Share it. Open up and share it with someone so you can release that, and then you will understand how to vent it. You're not gonna run into, like I ran to drinking and being intoxicated to numb the pain, and then I became violent because of the pain. And then the intoxicant um, of drinking um, did not subside, did not make it better, did not change it. It enhanced on it in a way. When I did indulge in intoxication, liquid drinking, I became more violent. I became more emotional. I lashed out more, even when I did partake of drinking. So that is not an outlet to use at a time when you in pain and when you hurting. So I wanted to come on in, and I want to come on in the future and share more, as I said, of the book. This is the book that you can get on Amazon, and this is my autobiography of what I went through, the ups and downs, the bad and the good of my life as a youth, as a teen, and then as in my 20s. So I want y'all to take this and use this short clip and add it to whatever you are going through to help you. And you can go to my channel, share and like, go to my channel and I will return with more information, more stories like this. I want to end with a prayer, a short prayer. Say, God bless you. We pray. I pray for all the youth that's going to do something, a loss in their family, a loss of parents, a little hurt, pain, or discomfort in their life. I pray that you be touched by God and that you will have the power and also have somebody come into your life to make you strong, make you strong in that area in the name of Jesus. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing and viewing my video, my stream. This is new in my live stream, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to come on live and to share more and be a blessing to the world. Thank you very much. This is Doc Holiday, Robert E. Holiday on Facebook. You find me on Facebook, Robbie Manuel Holiday. Hippie by Nature, cleaning service on Instagram and TikTok. And YouTube this is my channel. God bless you. I'll see you soon.